We are going to play a game. I'm going to show you some pictures, and you're going to tell me which are from an alt-right propaganda magazine for trad wives and which are from fashion brand House of CB. Ready? This one is a trick question because it's both. You think they don't know what they're doing? What they're promoting? Who is the content for? And child, who is it not for? So this morning, a video came across my feed. It was a girl trying on this viral dress known for cinching and snatching your waist from a brand called House of CB. I'd never heard of this brand before, but apparently they're very viral on TikTok for their pretty sundresses. And I want a snatched waist and I like pretty things, so I was like, oh, let me go check out their website. And girl... So the page loads and the first thing we see is this picture. Immediately, expeditiously, this picture pisses me off. At this point, I'm not exactly sure why, but we will talk about it later. But for now, as you scroll down the homepage, you start to get a vibe for this brand's aesthetic. It's very soft, very elegant, old money, quiet femininity. Not too bold, not too loud, very skinny, and very white. And look, friend, that's not me cherry picking. This is the site's landing page. It is the first foot they've decided to put forward when showing you who they are. But the clothes do look pretty and feminine, and I like pretty feminine things. So let's see what pretty things they have to offer. Oh my gosh, cottagecore. I love cottagecore. Oh, that's not... I mean, these dresses are cute, but why are they only using one model for their most popular category? And even when it's not her, I can't help but notice that this page is really homogenous. Now, do they have women of color on their site? Yes. Black and dark-skinned women? Very few and far between. You'll find there's a certain paper bag proximity that is required to be front page on this website. Okay, yes, wait a minute. They've got a hot girl summer section. A phrase, mind you, created and popularized by Black women. So maybe this category will be different. Okay, so we're looking very similar to the cottagecore dresses in both style and diversity or lack thereof. Now look, I get that hot girl summer is for everyone, but everyone is not here. How are you going to be using Black phrases and then not even invite one Black person to the table? Surely this brand has some brown-skinned, dark-skinned, or Black models, and I know they do because I've seen them on their Instagram, which we will look into later, by the way. After searching through many a category, I came across nightwear, the last in the category list, and with only 4 products. Safe to say, this is likely their least popular category. And wouldn't you know it, there they are. There are the Black women. For some reason, they're all here. Still not the cover girl, mind you, but why are they all down here? Now, some of y'all might think I'm reaching at this point, but the same thing happens in swimwear. Of course, our cover girls are still very skinny, very light-skinned, very white, but every once in a while, the hidden image will be a Black or brown woman. Always an extra small, always a looser hair texture, and always hidden. Now, you could say, well, maybe they just use the same in-house model for the cover girl shots and the glitzy, more diverse photo shoots come later. But my question is, why? Why do that? Why give your old money, hyper-feminine brand a white skinny look by recycling the same 3 paper bag passing models for most of your items and exclusively for your most popular items, right? Like if they wanted to, they would. But to give them credit, there is one unambiguous dark-skinned plus-size woman at the very bottom of the page, hidden underneath a light-skinned model, of course. Now, you might also argue that their photos with unambiguous Black and brown women are all coming from the same set of photo shoots, which is why they're all limited to very specific areas of the page. And yeah, that's kind of another problem that they have. Their photo shoots can get a little I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say the word. Segregated. If there is more than one unambiguous black or brown skin model in the shot, there are likely only black or brown skin models in the shot. I'm just gonna say BIPOC, okay? It's getting to be a mouthful. I also noticed that their photo shoot with the most BIPOC is this kind of sensual, exotic jungle theme. They also do this weird bait and switch with videos in particular on their Instagram, where there will be BIPOC in the thumbnail for a video, but you click on it and she's not in the video. I swear this does not happen with their white and light skin models. Click on the post, the video matches the thumbnail. Every time, if the person in the thumbnail is white or light skin, the thumbnail matches the video. But oftentimes, when BIPOC are front and center in the thumbnail, they aren't actually in the video. Like, are you seeing what I'm seeing? I need confirmation that you're seeing what I'm seeing and I'm not just going insane, because this seems like one of the most blatant examples to me, aside from the whole jungle thing. Actually, now that I look at it, the softer, more floral, and more tradcore we get, the more hard-pressed we are to find a dark-skinned woman, or at this point, a moderately brown woman who passes the pencil test. Again, I ask, why does this brand get more white when it gets more soft and feminine? And a really important piece of context, the brand was not always like this. They know how to do diversity, and they just choose not to. About a year ago, they had a short burst of diversity in their posts for about 2 weeks. But as we scroll up, the diversity gets more and more sparse. We start to look homogenous again. The further down you scroll, the more diverse the models become, not just in skin tone, child, but in body size too. In other words, within the last year, they have shifted their content to be wider and thinner. And my question is, why? Why the shift? A brand does not brand itself by mistake. A brand does not hire only a certain type of model by mistake.
The truth is, I don't hire black people.
I want to be clear. Occasionally posting the same one black model to your socials and never the site is not the same thing as having a diverse set of models. Princess Tiana type logic. I swear, when I'm telling you the bar is in hell, no one has to be told to include white women. No one has to be told to include racially ambiguous women. The black and dark-skinned women are just tacked on like an afterthought or a checkbox required to have enough plausible deniability. So you get the one. You get the one recurring black model, and people will look you dead in your face and say, well, you're a minority, so there's less of you in the consumer base, so you'll be represented less. You hit the nail on the head, babe. That's the main disadvantage of being in the minority, babe. But what gags me is, in this case, that's not even true. Their consumer base is very black. They hire very few BIPOC models and even fewer recurring, but they are aware that there are many BIPOC in their consumer base. When they post footage from influencer events, many a black woman is present. But when it comes to the front page models, they keep it very light, very ambiguous. So what's with the fixation? And girl, I mainly talked about lack of black and dark skin models. There's not nary a South Asian woman here who put me onto the brand in the first place. Not nary a dark-skinned Latina. You would not believe how far I had to scroll just to find one East Asian model. And just like before, she is the only one. And they just kind of post her sometimes. Now, some people might see this and say, well, maybe they don't want to be diverse, girl. Maybe that's not their brand anymore. For one, we already established that a lot of their consumer base is diverse, or at least non-white enough to have many a black consumer. And for two, then what is? If diversity is not on brand, then what does that imply your brand is? White and exclusive? Your brand is Caucasian exclusion? To say that racial diversity is not on brand is like saying honesty and ethics are not on brand. But honestly, are we surprised? Are we surprised that the brand full of trad wife and old money aesthetics would want to maintain a proximity to whiteness? Dog, I low-key hate the old money aesthetic, okay? Can it sometimes be cute? Yes. But it is largely the aesthetic of exclusion, beige, and boring. It's giving lack of creativity until the working class trickles up their art and slang, which I will try on for a bit until returning to the beige. I legitimately feel that dressing up in old money is not that different from dressing in antebellum. Antebellum is the aesthetic of slavery. Old money is the aesthetic of ill-gained wealth. When I hear someone say old money, I hear slavery money. I hear privileged male ancestor who exploited the working class money, even for the Europeans, yes. And that brings us back to this specific image that I said I hated at the top of this video. I spent some time sitting with myself, trying to figure out why I have such a visceral reaction to this image in particular. After thinking for a bit, I think this image feels like propaganda to me. Propaganda that is a mix of our culture's shift towards conservatism and the performative femininity it is displaying for the male gaze. Girl, their website is covered in the male gaze. I don't even. It represents this idea that true, timeless femininity is petite, soft and muted, but also performs hard labor. But that hard labor is pretty. It's doing romantic agricultural work on Barbie-esque tiptoe without sweating through your white silk dress and full yet subtle face of makeup. You're barefoot on the grass, pushing a rusty wheelbarrow, yes, in the beating sun, but the wheelbarrow is full of roses, and you have your equally beautiful and silk-laden female friend with you. It is becoming sun-kissed but never dark, strong but never muscular, the perfect image of two female objects. It's like straight evil camp. Not only is this patriarchal caricature of femininity a lie, but it is an obvious lie that inherently supposes you stupid by the very fact that it's being told. Now look, I like softness, I like silk, I like roses, I like femininity. I do not like the patriarchal idea of what a woman is supposed to be. The image perfectly encapsulates the sheer ridiculousness and unrealisticness of patriarchal femininity, all while doing a capitalism and trying to sell me something. To be clear, I understand that my interpretation is not what the picture objectively stands for, but I was trying to figure out why I was having such a strong visceral reaction to this image full of things that I would otherwise normally like, and I think that's why. And the brand does frequently adhere to a lot of patriarchal and racial stereotypes that further lean into and seek to profit off of the rise of conservatism in our culture, which is a bad thing. And that's what irritated me enough to make this video in the first place. So this is actually my second channel. My main channel is for game development content. If you want to watch me more, you should totally go follow me there. I mean, you're at this point in the video, you clearly like hearing me talk. To be honest, don't expect me to upload too consistently onto this channel. This is a little side thing. Just don't hold your breath. I mean, I didn't think a commentary style video would fit on my main channel, but I really wanted to talk about this. Really, the only reason I caved and made this channel in the first place is because like every 3 to 6 months, I will come across something that I really want to talk about and I don't see anybody else talking about it. And then it's stuck in my mind and my bones and I just need to make a video so I can stop thinking about it. But I also don't want to make commentary full time because frankly, commentary tends to skew very negative. And when I tried to do it in the past, I basically was just angry all the time because I was always talking about or looking out for negative things to comment on, and I don't really want to do that. So in the future, if something catches my attention or irritates me enough to make a video on it, I'll make a video on it and put it on this channel. Otherwise, follow my main. Ooh, you want to go support my video game development efforts so bad. Otherwise, yeah, that was really it. Thanks for watching.